Hello, hello everyone. This is Nana for Tangle Time Arts, and today is day 17 of the Zentangle Advent calendar, the Advent tangles that we've been doing. I've been following along the calendar from MZ Creates, and today, day 17, is Mookalike, and we will end up with this sweet flower tangle. But I thought since we're doing a flower tangle, it'd be awesome to combine it with day 18, the garlic fly. And so that is what we're going to do today. I did practice with this one, but for the demo today, I will be using gel pens as well, but that's totally optional. What you will need is either a tan regular Zentangle tile or a white one, a black pen. I'm using the Apprentice pen again, but you can use your favorite black pen, a number 2 pencil, a tortillon or a cotton swab, and either colored pencils or gel pens, markers. That part's optional if you would like to add color, but it's not required. All right, let's get started. I am going to start with the pencil. Let me adjust the light just a tiny bit. Okay. And I am going to put the dots in a little bit further in. I'm leaving more space so that we can put our garlic flies around. So maybe it's the width of my finger there, of my little finger. And I'm just going to go around and put in the dots very lightly. And then that brings us back to where we were. And we're kind of working on a diagonal today, so I am going to connect this as a diagonal. So that's kind of like a string that we're working on. And then I'm also going to connect these 4 here very lightly so that we kind of have a frame to work in. All right, so now you have something like this. And again, you want it kind of light, especially if you're working with a tan tile, because the tan seems to really absorb the graphite and the ink really well. Okay, I'm going to set my pencil aside for a couple of minutes and take up my black pen. So for those of you who are fans of Muka, you will really love this flower tangle. It is definitely Mookalike, just like the name says. And I'm kind of working this way, and because our project will end up kind of on the diagonal. So for Mookalike, I like to start on the left-hand side, and I'm going to make a round shape and come over, and I'm aiming for, this is our center here. Okay, so I'm about maybe a third of the way down, and I'm just going to make a round shape, swing around to the center, and then back out. I'm going to come around and I'm aiming back towards the center. You want these parts to touch, and then make another round shape. And then we're going to aura around this. At this point, I'm going to rotate my tile a little bit to make it easier for me. Okay. So you end up with something that looks kind of like that. Yours might be a little thinner or a little wider, and that's just your style. And then the next step is to add some lines, and they're off from the center. We're not going down the center, we're off a little bit, and we're just adding a line and another line. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side, adding a line and another line. And then At this point, I'm going to skip coloring it in because I will be inking it in with a gel pen instead of a black pen. And we're going to skip to step 4 and add our stem here. It's just a line there. And I like to add another one. You could add even another one, but I think that's enough for me. And then I'm just going to add this little part for now. And then in the corner here, I thought since we are also taking a look at day 18, the garlic fly, that we would start with the garlic cloves. And for garlic cloves, it's so simple. It's amazing. You just put a couple of random dots on your paper. So we're just starting with random dots. And you choose 2 dots and you connect them. And then you're going to kind of aura on each side. If you prefer, you can just work on the one side and then go back to the other side for as many layers as you would like. Then I'm going to rotate my tile a little bit and you choose another 2 dots. So I'm going to go from this dot to this dot. And then you just do the same thing. You just aura around it. And some of the garlic cloves will be thinner and others will be fatter. I'm going to choose that next. That. I'm going to come back around, do this one. And this tangle garlic cloves is great to fill in an area, and it's easy to combine with other tangles. And let's see, let's make a connection. Should we add another dot here? You can just add random dots. And I kind of run into this one here, and that's fine. I just stop there. So it'll be a little bit behind. Okay, and then I could fill in here. Like that, and we kind of need something on this other side, so I'm going to just add a dot. I think I'll stop with that. Maybe I'll just add one more here. We can always go back in and add more. And at this point, I think I am going to finish off my stem and have it come into the garlic clove cluster like that. And then I would like to add some lines for some interest there. So I feel like we need something to fill this area in. So we're going to do a variation of Flux, which kind of matches the Muka really nicely. And that is simply starting anywhere you would like along the garlic cloves cluster, making a curve, coming around, stopping, and then coming back to your original point. So it goes really well with the Mookalike flower. And I'm going to make another one here. In this case, I want it pretty close to the original, but I want it to touch there as well. So it's smaller and it just comes in like that. And to fill this space, I'm going to add some orbs. I'm just tucking in some orbs here. You don't have to add the orbs. If you don't like orbs, you could just add lines like on the stem here. And then I'm going to add some more orbs here. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the other side and do the same thing. And if you're like me, you'll find it's easier for you either on the left or the right. And for me, it depends on the tangle. With this one, it's easier for me on the right. But I just do the best that I can and fill that in. Like that. And we can even add one going the other way. So you can add as many or as few as you like. I'm going to tuck in another orb here because I think that would look cute. And then I'm going to put in my orbs over here. Like that. And when I have enough of the flux and the orbs, let's see, I might like to tuck in an orb over here. And you can just randomly put them in wherever you feel like that would be fun. I think I'll put one here. Once we have that filled in, we can add our garlic flies, and I can show you the stuff out for that as well. The garlic flies are really cute and really easy, and you can see how it resembles the garlic cloves. All right. So for the garlic flies, we are just going to start with 3 dots. And then you're going to connect them kind of like an arrow. And then you're going to do your auras. You don't need too many. And actually on the inside, I don't put too many at all. And then you want to add their little body with a curve and another little curve for a head at the top. And then you're going to put the antenna. And then there is some stippling on the body, but I'm going to go in with a gel pen just to add a little sparkle. But you can add the little stippling with your black pen as well. And I'm just going to work my way around, adding the garlic flies randomly where I feel like it would be cute to add it. And they're going to kind of go in different directions as well. Because they're flies, they're going to go where they want to go. So we aura around the side and then aura on the inside as well. That's enough. Add a little body. let's see, where else do I want to add one? I'm gonna put one over here. And before I do that, I want to add something to the Mookalike. It has these cute little, I don't know what you call them exactly, but it's a little cute little detail like that. And then I'm going to put in my garlic fly. And then I think I'll come around on the other side and work my way up there. Let's see. I think I'm gonna have one going that way. So they can go in all different directions, or they can go in the same direction. Whatever you feel is best for your project. And I like to make my garlic flies a little chubbier, but yours might be skinnier. Yeah. Let's do another one here. Like that. And then I also kind of like to add, oh, like a little light path, I guess you would call it. I like that, just like as an added detail. Again, that's optional. All right, at this point, I think I'm going to do a little bit of shading. I'm excited to start with the gel pen, but I think we need to do a little bit of shading. So I'm going to put the cap on my pen and set that aside and pick up my pencil. And I am going to start with the Mookalike. I'm going to add a little shading here and here. And then I'm going to come in to the variation of Flux. And I'm just adding a little bit of graphite in there. I'm not really going to add anything to the orbs because I'm going to go in there with a gel pen. And let's see, the garlic cloves. Anywhere there's kind of a meeting of them, I add a little graphite to that and also to the ends. like that. And then with the garlic flies, they don't really need a lot of shading. I actually add a little bit under the wings. But if you would prefer, you could add it to the wings. You could try some both ways, I guess. Like that. And then I'm also going to add shading around all of the leaves and the flower, all of the plant related tangles. I'm not adding a lot for this one. Just a nice light layer. Like that. And then I'm going to take my tortillon and just start blending and using the tortillon is one of my favorite things. I like that scratchy sound there. And you're really just rubbing that back and forth and blending the graphite into the paper and around the tangles. Don't forget to rotate your tile. Sometimes I forget as well because I get so focused. And I have a lot of graphite on my tortillon, so I'm just going to take this over this area a little bit just to add a tiny bit there and a tiny bit there. All right, I think that was all the areas. I'm going to kind of blend out a little bit of the pencil line that we had. It kind of follows along with my little flight line as well. All right. So at this point, if you already inked in this area with the black, you're and stippled on the garlic fly bodies, you're probably done. I wanted to add a little color to this one, so I have a variety of gel pens. I can't decide what to use for the center, but I think I will go with the blue today. So we'll have a blue flower, and you might want to choose purple or pink. So pick a color that speaks to you today, and we're just going to fill this area in. I'm going to start at the top layer. Right, and then I'm going to rotate and then work from on the bottom to the center. And we're leaving the center just empty like that. And then let's see, I think I would like to add a layer of blue right here. And then a little bit on my stem, like that. And also probably up here for these accents, I'll add some blue. I'm going to leave that like that. If you would like to add some color to this Muka type area, you can certainly do so, but I'm going to leave mine like that for now. I'm going to put the blue pen away, and I'm going to come in with green, and I'm just going to add a little bit of accent to these, just a little bit. A little bit of green there. Not a lot. And then I have kind of, originally I was going to work with gold for this area, but I think I'll go in with a purple and fill in these orbs. And again, you can choose any color you'd like. I'm just kind of randomly thinking today what colors I would like to use. So if you want silver, go right ahead. And we have some extra orbs here. Fill those in. Take a look. Do I want to add an orb anywhere else? And I think I do. I think I'd like to add an orb maybe here. I'm just going back in and inking that in and then filling that in with my gel pen. Okay, I have enough orbs. And then I'm going to take, gosh, probably like, do I want to go with an orange or a dark yellow, almost like a gold? I'm going to do my stippling on the flies with a gel pen just to add a little sparkle to them. The flies are so cute and they go so well with the Mookalike flower tangle. Like that. And if you want to take a colored pencil and add a little bit of green in there, you can. I'm not going to. I kind of like it the way it is. You could also take a colored pencil and add a little color to your garlic flies. But again, I'm just going to leave it as it is. I think this is just so adorable. I love it. I'm now going to take my black pen and I need to fit in my initials, my chop, and you should do that too. Sometimes it helps to just take a moment and admire your piece and to rotate it and to see where you'd like to put your chop. And I'm just going to tuck it in right here because I feel like it's going to fit nicely, and it does. Just like that. How cute is that? That's so cute. I love it. All right. So you also want to make sure, and I'm not sure if this one's quite dry, so I'm going to leave that as is. And with my other one, just make sure that you have filled in the back. And I'm going to actually need to add, we did a variant of Flux as well. I'll put all that information in the description for you. So your name, the date, Advent Tangles 2023, days 17 and 18. And then I always like to list the tangles on the back. Just in case later I go back and I think like, oh, that was so cute. What was that? So I have a reference. And if I even just have the name, then I can go back and look that up. So yeah, that's so cute. I love it. Thank you for joining me today. I had an awesome time with you this morning. It's morning here. And these are all tangles that I definitely want to use in other pieces. And I'm just in love with the little garlic fly. If this demo was helpful to you, please subscribe. You would just make my day. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure helping you discover your inner artist. Thank you for joining me. Love you guys. Have a great day.